It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, Cruz threw the party under the bus by not endorsing Trump. Cruz threw the party under the bus by not endorsing Trump. Wow. Wow. That's the best thing I can ever say is wow. You always hear me guys read the question, I say wow, because it's amazing. But everybody watched the debate, not the debate, but the Democratic National Committee, the Democratic Convention, Part 1, because it's not the Republican Convention. Too many Democrats speaking. But anyway, anybody who's watched last night, you know Ted Cruz got a chance to speak. And he said a couple interesting things, and it got everybody worked up. Of course, you know the three hustleteers, Rush, Sean, and the piano key, Herman Cain, playing the same old song, Trump unfair, Cruz is going to be through, he's toast, things like this. And I'm going to tell you, since I'm not the one to sell you out, I am going to let you know that they are freaking incredibly wrong. They have their heads so far up Trump's keister that all they know how to do is talk crap. Their teeth are brown because they're smiling inside of his colon. But you keep listening. But that's okay. I'm going to win you off of that too. We're going to get you off of that. But check this out. Cruz said, don't stay home in November. If you love this country and love your children as much as I know that you do, stand, speak, and vote your conscience. See, first of all, Cruz did some real man stuff. He did some real man stuff. What Cruz did single-handedly in a 15, 20-minute speech is he, one, defended the institution of marriage. His marriage is not bigger than politics. Just because Ben Carson did that, it doesn't mean anything. His marriage is not bigger than the politics of this jacked up country right now. His marriage was more important to him than possibly Donald Trump's marriages are important to him. He did some real man stuff. You should want your child or your son to be a man like Ted Cruz was last night. Yeah, he did the political thing, and they did the back and forth, but once Donald Trump turned into playground monkey bar protector and started going after this man's wife, he said, hold on a second. I made a vow to God to protect this woman, and I'll be damned if I let your orange peel come over here and try to split her wig back. He also defended the institution of fatherhood. Man stuff. That's real man stuff. See, Donald Trump and all his little talking about people dissing women, dissing handicap, that's not tough man stuff. That's childish kid stuff. And you want him to be the president. Man stuff. You listen to every single one of his Democrat kids. See, that's not Republican man stuff. He wouldn't even have his children be a Republican right now. But his children are up there telling you how much of a man their husband, their dad is. Cheating on his wife and things like this. They have to make rumors that said Ted Cruz is cheating on his wife. Ted Cruz did some real man stuff. Endorsed this dude while he's up there being a man, protecting his wife and his children, and he will protect the country the same way, I guarantee it. Man stuff. Donald Trump, you're up there applauding how much his children are saying how much of a man my dad is. Yeah, he's so much of a man, he has to go beat up on somebody else's wife in order to get political advantages. Ted Cruz defended the institution of marriage and fatherhood last night. And he also didn't endorse him because he was defending or not about to participate in the institution of division. They were already divided. So if you let the three hustleteers tell you that Ted Cruz is through, he divided the party, man, they were already divided. Donald Trump only has about 40%. 60% of Republicans don't want his little ridiculous tail. Man stuff Ted Cruz was doing. And for all you Christians out there that's talking about Ted Cruz is supposed to be a Christian, he's supposed to forgive, and all this, shut up. You got the most unforgiving person on the planet up there, and you're up there applauding him like some kind of broken seal. Soon as Donald Trump brings God into the equation, then you bring God in. But Donald Trump don't want God in, so you keep God out of it too. Ted Cruz was doing some God-man stuff. Now check this out. That's not why they booed him. That's not why they booed him. You know why they booed him? Because they couldn't do Ted Cruz like they did the delegates. When the delegates were trying to get the word conscience clause or conscience into the dynamic of the Republican National or Democrat Convention Part 1, they squashed the word conscience. That's what got Ted Cruz booed. Because you got a whole bunch of people up there. Don't forget our pick is who? Hillary and Donald. The most un-American people that ever run for president. The most dissed, dogged out, not liked people. If you had any kind of conscience, you would have denied Donald Trump the delegates. That's why the RNC, the establishment, and that's why everybody was so hell-bent on bullying Americans, because they wanted to insert that word that Donald Trump knows nothing about. You think he's ignorant and dumb as hell on the Constitution? Try to bring the word conscience into this man's lexicon. That dude will break out into hives with no EpiPen. He can have everybody's EpiPen in the arena. That dude, nobody in that arena that votes for Donald Trump has a conscience. Conscience is like a cuss word to them. You bring up the word conscience and they start yelling and screaming. That's why the delegates couldn't get a word in edgewise, because they were using the word conscience. Boo! So Ted Cruz didn't get stopped from using the word conscience. That's why they booed. They were upset that that word got slipped through. They think the whole country is unconscious. These dudes have no moral compass. Donald Trump, and you're going to say that Ted Cruz didn't do the Christian thing? What was that? He was supposed to endorse the devil? Where in the Bible does it say we're supposed to endorse the devil? But I can tell you where in the Bible he's supposed to protect his wife and his children. We need more Cruzes out there. Donald Trump pimp slapped Ben Carson and his family. And Ben Carson's right there. I endorse Donald. There's two Donald Trumps. Yes, it is. There's many Antichrists. That's what the Bible say. Ted Cruz did some real man stuff. But that didn't get him booed. It got him booed because he was trying to appeal to people's conscience. Vote your ticket up or down, but vote your conscience. Ted Cruz did the real American thing. He encouraged you to go out there and vote and use your conscience, because he knows over the last 8 years, political correctness has you voting for devils. And the moral compass of our country is spinning around with no kind of direction. Ted Cruz provided some direction. And that's why the three hustleteers, Rush, Sean, and the Black Keys on the piano, Herman Cain, is providing Donald Trump protection. Because Ted Cruz provided some direction. Vote your conscience. That's what the delegates were trying to do. Get the conscience in. You see the extremes that the Republicans went through to make sure that that conscience thing was nowhere in the dynamic of the platform of whatever you want to call that. Hey, trust me, people. Ted Cruz, big ups, dude. Big ups. Protect your wife, protect your family. Donald Trump protected his. Why can't you protect yours? Didn't he protect his? He made sure his family wasn't Republicans. Ted Cruz, do yours, dog. Peace out. If you was in the streets, dog, I pour some liquor on the curb for my dead homie Donald Trump. You sucker punched him right into his family's face. Pow! Woo! Boo that. They wasn't saying boo. That was God helping the enemies behave. They was really saying Cruz. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. That's my hey, Cruz, I'm telling you, big ups, man. Big, big ups. We need more of that in America. But that's my response to the tweet on the Phil Williams Show.